Bum bum ba bum bum ba 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 ba.
I usually am pretty good at these. But
That's why I was trying to figure out what this one is.
Ba 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 ba.
Give us a hint.
I got nothing.
I just made it up.
Okay.
I couldn't think of anything. I got caught on the spot.
All right, Oilersnation Radio episode 95,000. Trade deadline day. It is wrapped up. We're a little bit late today because Ty Guy was doing a live broadcast with our friends at dailyfaceoff.com.
Then you need to eat some lunch afterwards.
Yeah, guy wanted to pee and eat some lunch.
selfish, really.
Really selfish. So, as a result, I just sat there and ate candy.
I don't even think he's paying attention.
Great
right
job to the Daily Face-Off team today.
Yeah, it was a really good job by the Daily Faceoff team. We'll get to that in a second. First, we give a shout out to our friends at Oodle Noodle, who graciously catered trade deadline here at Nation HQ today. It was delicious. I had a hot box of shrimp. Was I planning on eating the whole box, Tyler? No. But did I? You're fucking right, I did. I'm no quitter. Friday, go get some Oodle Noodle, 18 locations and counting. Check them out on Instagram at Oodle Noodlegram. The memes are hilarious. A very handsome blogger makes those. Thank you. Tyler? What have you got for us today for a delicious debate? Are you with us? Are you awake? Are you lively? Do you need a Diet Coke?
I'm not going to lie. I'm hitting a little bit of a wall right now, actually.
Only 2 more shows to go today, pal.
Get him a can of Coke. Get him some energy.
2 more shows to go. I had a Red Bull already.
Would you like a banana? There's some bananas left.
Plenty left.
I might have one after,
They're
yeah.
actually massive.
You might be cramping up here.
No,
Are you cramping up?
I don't think I'm
You
cramping
want to
up.
rub down?
Well, that might have nothing to do with me cramping up. I'll just take one anyways. All right. Your Oodle Noodle delicious debate. The deadline has come and gone. What letter grade do you give our pal Ken Holland for his work over the last few days?
Let's recap what he's done, boys. Matthias Ekholm came in the other day. Very handsome, very rugged. Beard per 60, sky high. Unfortunately, we did say goodbye to our friend Tyson Barrie, Reed Schaefer, a first and a third. Nick Bjugstad is a new Oiler as of yesterday. Oilers traded a 3rd-round pick and Michael Kesselring to acquire he and Nick Bjugstad retained at 50%. And Cam Dineen, is that right, Liam?
I believe so.
That's correct.
A couple of pieces there. So there's your trades. Not an overly busy deadline for the Oilers, but did address a couple of needs. Nation Dan, you were kind of in front of me, but there's a light blocking your face, so I think you're looking over here, but I can't tell.
I'm not, but that's okay, Bag Milk. I still have ideas.
Your letter grade, please, sir.
My letter grade is going to be an A because honestly, going into it, when I had heard Matthias Ekholm's name show up a few times, I was very excited, but didn't understand how we could make the money work there either. The same kind of idea as I had with the Carlson plan. So when they brought in Ekholm, I was very excited. I think that really helps the defense get figured out. I know that taking Barrie out on the right side is addition by subtraction, but that's just the way it is. So yeah, I would say an A. I'm with everybody else when they say that they wanted a little bit more. I could have done with a bit more depth on either right side, either the forward or the defense. But yeah, I would still say an A just because Ekholm is exactly what this team needs going forward.
Rick, what do you got for a grade?
Well, I said already on our TikTok, I believe there, I gave him a B+. I'm right there though. Ekholm was a big addition. I think he one of my favorite things is he came in and started talking right away about mentoring some of the young defensemen. Mm-hmm. I think not only is he going to bring something on the ice, but obviously something off the ice too, and that's something really big for us. And Bjugstad, another right-handed shot, just another big body that can play bottom 6 minutes. I think right now he's playing a lot of elite competition out in Arizona right now. It's something he's definitely not going to have to deal with when he gets over here. So I think it's just a nice little addition to the bottom end of the forwards, and it's kind of exactly what I wanted. I wanted that Ryan O'Reilly and then a Kulak type of trade, and I think Ryan O'Reilly and Ekholm's kind of like the Ryan O'Reilly defenseman, and then Bjugstad's kind of my Kulak-esque trade. So I'm happy with today.
So you kind of wanted the big splash up front and the lowercase ad on the blue line. You got the reverse, but you're still happy.
Yeah, because I wanted a bigger splash as a defensive player. Mm-hmm. And then sprinkle in something else out of that. And I think that it's exactly what we got. And the fact that Ekholm moves the puck as well as he does, just watching that last game, that was a huge surprise to me. That's massive for us.
Yeah.
Ty Guy.
Mine's going to be a B+ as well. Like, I really like the Ekholm deal because around deadline time, there's a lot of teams. We talked about how we would have liked to see the Orlov deal go down, right? Like, that's a guy we would have liked. You're giving up a first-round pick for rentals. And, Kay, you paid a lot here. I get it. Tyson Barrie, good asset. First round pick, good asset, but you kind of had to move it out anyways. And then Reed Schaefer, a really good asset as well. But you're getting a guy who's going to help you for 3 more years. 3 assets for 3 more years of Matthias Ekholm, plus this run here. I think that really lines up nicely. That is an A-level trade for me. Nick Bjugstad, I don't love the deal as much just because I feel like you paid a hair too much, in my opinion. I still would have rather him having done it. I'm happy he did that, right? If it didn't happen, I would have probably been a little angry. I just felt like when you look at like what Bonino went for, the value's not there. Max Domi, who I like more, went for a second instead of this. So I like the Bjugstad deal, but I don't love it. I would have liked one more move, someone to play the right side, potentially, maybe just an extra D-man because you know you're going to need one. And there were a few that I liked who didn't get moved. A B+, one more move would have pushed me to an A, but I'm going to stay in the Bs.
I am on a B because I think the Ekholm one is, it's obviously a great deal. He's a great player, and I think he's going to make a big difference. Rick just said about the mentor stuff. Apparently yesterday he went out for dinner with Broberg already. Mm-hmm. They didn't even know, they don't know each other, so that's like a really good step on that side of things.
Sweet, stick together.
Yep. And the Bjugstad one seems like it could be good. Didn't he almost have 50 points one year?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
I don't think
it was a hot minute ago.
How long ago was it? 2019, I think.
Probably 4-ish.
I know it's been a while, but at least it's good to know he has that touch, I guess. I'm not expecting that many points, but it's just a positive out of it. I do agree. I think the return was what we had to pay was a little interesting. Like Kesselring's having a pretty good year, but the guy they brought back has some NHL experience here. I think he played 34 games last year. So
17-18 was the year he had 49 points.
Okay, so about 5 years ago. Either way. Yeah, B. I would have liked to have seen one more deal done. I think they're really short on the right side of defense. I think one more player would have been good there.
But hey, listen, you bring in one more right-handed defenseman, you know what's going to happen. And Twitter almost lost their mind earlier.
Yeah, with VD there. That's the thing. I think Deani kind of struggled a little bit against the Leafs.
I really like the way how he's so calm and relaxed in his own end and moves the puck really well too, especially for a big dude like that.
Yeah, but I just think, is he an everyday guy already? I don't know if he's there right now. I suppose you can just put one of your more experienced left-handed defenders on the right. It doesn't make too much of a difference, but that's my only flaw from the deadline is I would have liked one more defenseman through the door just to help kind of buffer everything together a little bit.
I'm giving it a B, passing grade, a solid pass.
That's way more than a passing grade.
Yeah, solid pass.
C's get degrees nowadays.
That is true. So a solid passing grade.
Years.
I love the Ekholm trade. He's so handsome, isn't he? Bjugstad, I'm good with. Long Derek Ryan. By the way, Tyler, I did an emergency episode of Better Late Than Never last night for the Nick Bjugstad trade. I called him Long Derek Ryan. People on Instagram did not like that at all.
Why don't they like that? Derek Ryan's good.
That's what I said. That's what I was trying to say. That I was like, man, Long Derek Ryan sounds unstoppable. I took a lot of shit for it.
Now
on
we have
Instagram.
the big version and the small version.
Yeah.
Pluck them in whenever you need them.
It's like that movie Twins.
It's true.
You know? Mm-hmm. One was Danny DeVito and the other one was, what his name is? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I watched it like a week ago.
Nice.
Great movie still.
How many sit-ins?
Just the one. It was on television.
Oh, so in the extended version when you got the commercials.
Yeah, I got the commercials. You get a couple pee breaks. Maybe grab some out of the fridge.
So I give it a B. I mean, I wish the Oilers would have done some more, but at the same point, they were up against the cap. They had limited options in terms of what they could do for making the money work. Like, I think of a team like Boston that Taylor Hall just went down right before the deadline on a long-term injury, so they were able to go get Bertuzzi.
And Foligno. They put them both on LTIR, didn't they?
Yeah, so like we didn't have that situation. It wasn't like you were going to put Kane on LTIR. Today, Ken Holland said he's going to be back probably next week against either Boston or Toronto.
And Yamamoto's playing tonight, so you can put him on LTIR. Tonight.
I'm
just so done with everyone saying put everybody on LTIR.
Where's Jay?
I actually just thought Yamamoto would just need it. I wasn't thinking, like I said, put him on LTIR, but it wasn't for the reason of like, oh, I want us to have more money. It was like, I think this guy might be seriously hurt.
Well, yeah, when you brought it up in our chat group whenever it was, definitely I considered it too. Like, if it was a concussion, he was dealing with concussions before, you could see it just being 4 weeks just because, right? I mean, you look at football or whatever. Obviously, that's not what it was before. It's not what it was. They pulled him out because of just to check it out. Passed, and well, here we go again.
There we go. And he scored.
He did score.
After everyone crapped on him against Boston, he grabbed one the next game. I think that would have been the game winner.
I don't remember.
Oh, no, Hyman got the third one.
Yeah.
Insurance.
Speaking of which, I love seeing a former Leaf score against them. Very nice.
You could tell he was.
And
he
a
was
never
excited.
gonna be a Leaf score twice against them.
Oh, we'll get there in a second. But going back to the trade deadline, passing grade for Ken Holland. Like healthy passing
Yeah, that's
grade.
way more than a passing grade. This is a positive thing. I know that, like, I haven't even gone on Twitter yet, but I'm sure there's gonna be people out there that are upset with this and upset with that. But listen, he's built a cup contending team, and he added to a cup contending team this year. What more do you want?
The only thing, like Liam said, is I wish we could have got something else done on right wing. Just had some depth, but it is what it is. I love the Matthias Ekholm trade.
Don't you think this says we're playing 11-7 in the playoffs now?
I actually, sorry, Tyler.
Game one against whoever.
I was going to say, I think it just allows you to maybe just put Derek Ryan on the right wing, maybe a little bit more than a centerman.
Which one, long or short?
Short Derek Ryan.
Gotcha.
And then you put long Derek Ryan down the middle. And then that's kind of probably how they would do it, I would
If
assume.
you wanted to go 12 forwards, you could run, and I'll just do a speed run through some lines. McDavid, Kane, Hyman, Draisaitl, Yamamoto, Nugent Hopkins, McLeod, Costin, Fogle, Janmark, Ryan, Bjugstad, with a potential for Dylan Holloway to get in. But like right there, I just rattled off 12 players, and that's with Short Holloway coming out of the lineup.
Yeah.
So you can actually ice probably 4 pretty solid lines now because of that Bjugstad trade. And maybe you just look at your D pairings and you can flip-flop between Desharnais and Broberg. I know they play opposite sides, but you can make that work. Ekholm can move to his offside. Broberg
Do you prefer the 12th forward or the 7th defenseman? You yourself.
Coach
game one.
Yaremchuk, you are putting on your captain's hat, and you are putting together a lineup that...
The coach has put on the captain's hat?
That's right.
All right.
And you will put together a lineup that will wreak havoc on the opposition. Go.
So it basically comes down to you're choosing between having to scratch one of Desharnais and Broberg and having to scratch one of Janmark or Derek Ryan. It's a good
Or
problem.
Bjugstad, I guess, in that matter.
Bjugstad, yeah, it's a good problem to
Yes,
have. I'd
yes.
say that.
Are you going to give me an answer, though?
I'm trying to. I'm thinking about it long and hard here. I think they're better at 11-7, so I'll go with that. The other thing that 11-7 allows you to do, and I love the way Woodcroft kind of handles this, is you got your bottom 6 lines and your top 5, which is Nuge, Dry, McDavid, Hyman, and Kane when he's healthy. You can just roll those guys over whatever way you want.
Yeah, you can spin. Yeah, you can spin up all those forwards differently, right?
It's a fucking matchup nightmare because the other team's coach, I think, in a best of 7 will just have to sit there and go, I don't know if it's Leon and Connor coming over the boards, one of them,
Yeah.
the other one, neither of them.
I love that. I love that tool in the toolbox we have right now.
What are you looking at over there?
He's upset with something.
You want me to push some buttons? Okay.
He's seeing
I
levels.
think you muted
all over the
Tyler's
place.
mic.
Oh,
Did you mute his mic?
you had me muted that whole time.
I was going to say, I could see a whole big gap where it's just
Yeah.
nice and quiet.
Wait, one
But
sec.
that's okay.
Maybe he was loud enough that it came through my mic.
Yeah, I think that's what it would have been.
I didn't mean to push that button.
Yeah. So for the people listening, I'll boost my audio. I'll sound terrible for those last 2 answers. I apologize.
Just say it again.
It's been a long day.
No,
he doesn't
I don't
even know
have
what
the
he said.
gas to say it
Just
again.
paraphrase.
I'll paraphrase.
Go
it.
11-7. Yes.
Go 11-7. The Oilers forward group is going to be too good for other teams, and it'll overwhelm coaches. The Oilers will win 4 rounds in the playoffs and lift Lord Stanley for the 6th time in their franchise's history.
There's gonna be a game where the coach just sits down on the bench with a towel over his head, just can't figure it out. Like,
But
I
Liam,
throw it in.
I'm good.
but Liam, we said to paraphrase, not give word for word exactly
He
what he
changed
said.
it.
You know?
Oh, my heart. Woo.
I want to know, if you're listening to this, how do you think that the Oilers did today at the trade deadline? Ken Holland specifically. I get what were the grades again? I gave a B, a couple of B
A.
pluses, A from
A.
Dan.
B for me.
2
couple of
B's, 2 B
Bs and A.
pluses,
One A.
2 B's, 2 B pluses, and an A.
I think
Strong passing grades all around.
the acquisition of the players, I will give an A. I will bump it down because of the lack of defensemen. That's what brings it down for me.
Like, I just look around the league, and there were some rental D-men, like a Nick Seeler. I'm not sitting here saying Nick Seeler is the difference between you winning or losing a cup, but the fact that there were a few of these guys who didn't get moved, I just sit there and go, Could you have dangled your fifth and just gotten some insurance? Like, just make that extra little thing. And it's nitpicky, but that's the difference to me between the B+ and the A. Is just one more depth move to really say, okay, I want to make sure this group won't run into any problems.
But we had $167.
Okay, but that's the part where I kind of like I start to get angry because that's self-inflicted. That's created for themselves. And for me, coming out and having the rumor this morning, and I know like around the office, we were all just kind of like bummed because it's like the Oilers are already done. And that shouldn't be the case. Like Ken Holland should have been working the phone.
What got moved today that you wanted to have your hands on?
Again, like Tyler's saying, there's nothing there where I'm like, oh, they didn't move the needle because they didn't make that deal. But again, every person around here has said we wanted some depth on the right side of either the defense or the forwards. And
I like the right side on our defense.
I just think that's everybody's feeling is that he could have just done more. He didn't. So we're not killing him for it, but he could have done more.
I thought it was quite ironic that we traded Kesselring, who's a right-handed defenseman, for another left-handed defenseman.
And you heard
the leftorium does get stronger.
And you heard all the people getting upset about it yesterday.
Everyone
so if he
like
makes that
he
move
was a new
today,
Lidstrom.
like in order to try and bring in whatever you just said, and you got to use one of those guys, whatever, people are going to lose their goddamn mind.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't think there's anything to be worried about after what Ken Holland did. I think if you wanted to bring in another guy on defense, you could have probably sent Desharnais down just to have like a legit, like, someone who's been around the league a bit more. I think Desharnais is an NHL defenseman.
Yes.
I don't know. What has he played? 15 games, probably around there?
Sure.
He's won like 13
just someone
of them.
who I think, like, if you called him into a playoff game, I think he'd be completely fine, but just to help you cap issues. If he wasn't on the team, it's not harming you.
It wouldn't be devastating to not have Vinny Desharnais penciled into your starting lineup to start the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I think people are saying. But again, we're going from A to a B, not like talking about dropping down into the C's or anything like that.
Well, I think Sealer's like a C- type of addition.
I just think that it would have been another
Insurance.
thing where we just we would have said, you know what?
I'm going to
Or like a
assume
Luke Shen deal or something.
I'm
like
going to
that.
assume Luke Shen played though. I'm going to assume you're going to say yes, but is Sealer better than Ryan Murray?
Yeah, right. Nick
As far
Sealer
as what-
stayed in the lineup all year
And Ryan Murray's had a sore back for a long time now.
Yeah,
from trying so hard.
Exactly. There's
Lifting
that's
those
what I'm saying, right?
expectations up.
but he's not going to crack this lineup. But in terms of injury, let's just say somebody gets hurt. Are you going to put Sealer in there before you put Ryan Murray in?
Yes.
That's right now. Yeah.
And are you going to put Sealer in there before you put? I mean, the only other option at this point for the Oilers organization, right, is Niemelainen, and you're going to put Sealer in before.
See, and
Niemelainen?
I think I just like Niemelainen or Sealer more, a bit more experience.
Yeah,
there,
that's
right?
right.
putting
That
an
was just the
NHL
question.
guy, yeah.
I mean, that's obviously that was the options, right? Like bring in another guy, or if we do have an injury on defense, Murray, Niemelainen, those are probably the only two guys you're
And
gonna play.
Frank even had a take two, and he was like, "Listen, you're really going to go give up an asset to get a guy that's just marginally better than Marcus Niemelainen?" And I think that's a fine take to have. And there's a lot of people out there who are rightfully going to give Ken Holland an A+ or an A for this deadline. I think it was still a beyond passing grade deadline. I love that Ekholm ad because, again, he helps you for a long time, and you didn't blow a whatever just to
I
go
think
get
it's a great
rentals.
trade.
So I still love it. I'm nitpicking a little,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah, me too.
Nitpickers.
I gave it an A.
Yeah. You're good.
I give it a B. Like, I think that's a really solid grade.
Yeah, it's like
I'd like to
85,
hear what
isn't it?
everybody's
Something like that.
what our listeners are thinking too.
Yeah, hit us up. Owen Radio Podcast, Twitter and Instagram. Let us know your letter grade. Or it could be a percentage. Do
That's
whatever
true.
you like.
It would be nice to throw off our letter
Like a
grades with percentages.
3.9.
You could do a GPA.
Yeah.
There's options here.
Whatever you like.
Just Ken
Give the
Holland's-
deadline deals a GPA grading.
Yep.
Is it on the bell curve though?
Yeah, are we
Yeah, it has to be.
creating on a bell curve?
Has to be. Flames at the bottom.
Oh, their Flames, like, they had a terrible day. Their
they've
big
had a
ad is
terrible
Troy
year.
Stetcher
It just keeps going for them.
I think one thing that's good about
and Nick Ritchie.
Ken Holland after they traded his brother.
Yeah. So that trade is Troy Stetcher and Nick Ritchie for Connor McKee and Brett Ritchie.
I thought it was funny. I saw a comment, I think it was in the YouTube chat of the live deadline show. Someone said, I wonder if the Riches will just switch numbers.
Yeah, you save
that
money on name bars.
For the mum. So the mum doesn't have to buy new shirts.
Yeah, that
And then
makes
Jay
sense.
Rosehill said he wonders if they wife swap.
Well,
That was a little startling to hear on a live stream.
Well, I mean, it would probably save on moving costs.
Yep.
Right.
True.
I'm not sure what the family situations are after that. Outside of that, in terms
Family
of children,
bonding.
And Marty
dogs,
Brodeur
or
did it.
fish. But yeah, I can see.
family bonding brings
Yeah.
everybody together.
Okay.
I mean, just the only thing for the last thing for the Flames is just think they could have dealt a Huberdeau at this deadline and got a big package for him, but they re-signed him in the offseason.
Who's going to take it?
They could have made a deal for him,
Or
if
they could have
hadn't signed him
got,
to that 8-year deal.
If you did, I was like, if you did,
That would have been fascinating if he didn't have that deal. He would have been a hot commodity at the deadline.
you literally could have. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to turn this into.
They
Flame
probably
Station,
could have
but
got a haul for him now
but
that
if
Dan says that.
And I said this whenever we talked about it. Everybody said they got fleas, but you send him to St. Louis, do the Kyrou trade and whatever type, and then you take Huberdeau, you swap him.
What was Huberdeau's deal? Like, what is he on?
What is
right
his
now?
fucking deal anyway?
That's a good question.
I think it's $6 million right now, or six something.
So $6 million. Just to throw this out there too. So Ryan O'Reilly is making about $6 million, right? I'm not saying they're the
7
same
and
player,
change
but
it.
he's having a down year.
Yeah,
St. Louis got a pretty good haul for him for someone who's not been playing well at all.
I mean, like
players, but-
going back to
5.9.
the summer, of course, the Flames GM and Flames organization had to do something to try and show that there was people willing to come and play for the city and play for the team.
I think it was a desperation move to try and grab guys at the top of the game instead of just going, hey guys, like you just saw two of our best players walk out on their own. Like this is not nothing we're going to take a step back here. We're going to bring in some guys at 23, 24. Give us a year and a half. We'll be right back there again.
Yeah.
I got to tell you guys about Jasper.
Okay.
What about it?
Where is
You
it?
going skiing in the spring, Rick? It's lovely.
It is nice.
Warm.
T-shirts.
Have a drink on the patio. Maybe just snowboarding in a hoodie. It's great. The days are longer, Liam.
Hockey jersey. You could snowboard in a hockey jersey.
You could.
That's
you
actually
could
a
get
really
a new
good look.
Matthias Ekholm jersey and go down the hill in that.
Matthias Ekholm's wife might be there.
Maybe.
She
He
loves
loves
snow.
to snowboard. And snow, I guess.
Yeah.
And maybe snowboard.
And all the snow-related activities.
yeah.
So if you go to jasper.travel, you can find some deals. You can find some deals. The escape card is still available for half-price lift tickets. Come on. Summer golf is just around the corner, Tyler. I know you like golfing in Jasper.
I love it. I don't like it. I
The
want some
lakes
more
are
of it.
thawing. Little camping trip, perhaps. Jasper.travel. Get some details for you. Start making some plans. Spring's just around the corner.
Hikes.
I've got a question.
Is it about Jasper?
We can incorporate Jasper into
You
it.
were in Jasper. How was it?
It was awesome. The weather was fantastic. It was like +7 the entire weekend I
Beautiful.
was there.
But
I
even
was
if the weather
skiing.
wasn't great, it's amazing to visit
So much to
anyways.
do.
Exactly.
So much to do.
Now to your question.
When you compare what Ken Holland did to the other teams in the Pacific Division, where would you kind of rank him against the entire division?
Well, we didn't get Dryden Hunt. So
Did anybody else do anything?
The Vegas Golden Knights
Vegas,
addressed
they got
their
quick.
only issue. That was their. That
did
was
they
their big thing.
downgrade their goalie? I don't understand that move.
I think he's the 4th best goalie on that team.
I think that Jonathan Quick in playoff time is why they made that.
But like,
Jonathan Quick in playoff time of 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, last year he was
was
okay
good
against the
last
Edmonton
year,
Oilers.
yeah. He was good against the Oilers, but I don't think it's as easy. And people are like, oh, he's going to be so motivated to play, and it's like. There's a difference between I use this line on Owen every day. There's a difference between motivation and execution.
Yep.
You can sit there and be as ready to go and fired up and be like, I'm playoff Jonathan Quick again. But he has worse numbers than Jack Campbell this year.
Yep.
Sometimes I'm motivated in my men's league game, and then we start playing, and I think I am exhausted. And it's been 5 minutes. So
Our friends.
execution is tough. Yeah.
I'm
Our
motivated
friends
to finish off this podcast, but the execution is very poor. I turned Tyler's microphone off for 2 minutes.
It's okay. My answer wasn't that good anyway.
Our friends at Nasty Knuckles posted a billboard that says either heaven or Ohio. And that was the choices that he was given, and he went to heaven in Vegas. I think that the thing with the Jonathan Quick redemption tour is that the proximity to Vegas or to Los Angeles is so apparent now that there's he's the backup. Yes, he comes in, starts as a backup, but Logan Thompson falters, and Jonathan Quick has that opportunity to.
So, is there anyone who did a better job than Ken Holland in the Oilers division?
No.
Calgary, no.
Yep.
Vegas,
No.
No.
No. The answer's just
Vancouver, selling.
Yeah.
LA,
Actually, they're buying.
LA. I think you have to like what LA did.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, Gavrikov is a good
Yep.
D-man. He's not
Korpisalo.
great. I don't love it. I don't like the price they paid. I would have not liked the Oilers to give up a first rounder for Gavrikov, quite frankly. But he is still good, and he makes them better. And Korpisalo
Addresses an issue that they have.
he addresses an issue they have. So I think they went and filled 2 holes. The Oilers went and filled 2 holes.
I think it's interesting on that because I completely agree with what you said. But the factor of like Jonathan Quick being part of that deal and just the way that's kind of feels like it's disrupted that camp a little bit.
But
me wonder.
But the Oilers traded Barrie. You could say the same thing about them, right?
Whose team's
But Barry's not
overall
like he's only
ranking?
been there
Whose
3
team's
years.
overall ranking would have rose higher? I believe the Oilers would have.
Well,
It depends how Corpusalo is, I guess.
I think the Oilers got the best player out of anyone in the Pacific.
Yeah, that's true.
You could
'Cause Seattle
almost-
didn't do anything.
I was going to say in the West.
I was going to ask, did Seattle even make a trade?
I don't think
No,
so.
but Dan, I like that. In the entire West, who got a player better than Matthias Ekholm? Colorado got Lars Eller. Minnesota got Klingberg, who's junk this year. Dallas got Max Domi, who's good, but not as impactful as Matthias
Oh,
Ekholm.
you're forgetting Winnipeg picking up Nemestikov and Niederreiter.
I think that Niederreiter pick.
I actually
That was actually a sneaky good deal.
Both of those pickups are good for the price that they had to pay.
Nashville obviously sold everyone, but I really like what they did. Just the idea of like, all right, we're not doing anything here. So goodbye, everybody. Here's a million picks for us now.
Yeah, you get it offered that.
So
for
let's go
Tanner Jeannot.
real quick around the Pacific. We got 7 opponents. Dan, we'll start with you. First place currently, Vegas. Did they do better or worse than the Oilers or the same?
I think they're the second best team in the Pacific, so they just did a little bit less than we did.
Rick, better or worse?
Well, we're better. We did more. We did more to improve our team than they did to improve their team.
Tie guy, Vegas.
I'm not scared by Vegas really whatsoever. Mark Stone's health could maybe change that, but as of right now, they don't concern me.
Did the Vegas Golden Knights do better or worse than the Oilers, Liam?
They did worse than the Oilers.
LA, Dan, better or worse?
They did worse.
Rick,
We did more to improve our team.
tie guy.
Closer, but they're not. They didn't get better.
Liam.
Slightly worse, but they're the second
And
team.
there's not even a question at that point. That the rest of the teams.
Seattle, they didn't do
Didn't
anything.
do anything.
Calgary, Lowell.
Just perfect for them.
Vancouver, I'm actually surprised with because I don't know what they're doing.
They've two summer
The
trades.
The rumor out of Pittsburgh that Pittsburgh wanted JT Miller, but Vancouver turned it down because it was only for draft picks, and they wanted a centerman back for that.
Yeah, they were like, listen, if we get draft picks, we're going to need to immediately move them for Philip Hronek again. So, like, that's just what I don't know what Vancouver's plan is.
Summer trade.
Well, sure, yeah, and I think they'll be able to move on from JT Miller in the summer, which is have to be one of the first times a player's signed for an 8-year deal and is moved before it kicks in, right?
Jonathan Huberdeau.
San Jose,
No.
nothing. Anaheim.
San Jose moved the deck chairs around.
So I want to talk about, because I agree that the Oilers got the best player of any Pacific Division team in Matthias Ekholm. I want to talk about first impressions of Ekholm. The guy came in hours before the game on Wednesday. Didn't get a practice. Quick hellos to everybody. Hello, hello. Goes out there and plays a really strong, steady game. Picks up an assist, couple of shots on net, couple of hits, couple of blocks.
He led the rush on the first drive of the game.
He did.
Could
That
see
was
it.
awesome.
He did. Showed some two-way play. I think for a lot of Oilers fans that maybe haven't watched Ekholm as much as we probably should, it was a really nice first impression.
It's a reminder he's a better puck mover than he gets labeled as, because I think people see 6'4", big beard, pictures of him that we're sharing where he's bleeding during the playoffs, hard-nosed shutdown guy.
Concrete
and,
hands.
And yeah, you just automatically assume, well, he probably can't skate and he can't move the puck. He's just a big rock.
And he comes out of Nashville, who is known for their puck-moving defenseman, too.
He's
So
known
he's
for
compared to
defenseman.
Roman Yossi. He's compared to Shea Weber. He's compared to all those guys.
Universal, they've been the defenseman.
And then the other thing I think, too, is that yellow jersey made him look small. Like, he looked way bigger as an Edmonton Oiler than he did as a
because he's
Nashville
more
Predator.
proud to wear it.
There you
Yeah.
go. It's a little bit of a presence there that I just didn't expect from him.
20 minutes and 50 seconds total. 2:28 on the PK, 30 seconds on the power play. Liam, first thoughts on Matthias Ekholm?
Yeah, I thought he just steady Eddie, right? Like he just doesn't. He
takes up a lot of space, too.
Yeah, he's massive. That pass he made to Draisaitl, like when he banked it off the boards and put it right onto his tape. Like
In your first
on the
game with a
tape.
new team,
yeah.
that's crazy.
I've seen that happen a million times, except it goes 50 feet past Draisaitl. It's iced.
I still don't like that as a drawn up play, but that worked really
No,
nicely there.
yeah.
Well, it just that to me shows his confidence and his excitement to be here too.
He can move the puck. He's a better puck mover than we
just
thought.
simple hockey.
Yeah, but a guy comes into a new team, he's going to be a little bit more conservative, not
He's
bombing it up
32.
the
He
ice
knows
like
what he's
that.
bringing. That's why he said,
fair
like,
enough.
you know, I think was his quote says something that he knows what it's like. It's what it takes to play in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, you just like, dude, you have internal confidence. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I know it was one game, so you can't get too excited about it. But man, I loved watching him in the first game. He was also, I liked watching him clear out some garbage in front of the net.
Dude, we have a really good version of Duncan Keith back. That really helped us last year.
Well, I asked Tyler, so I texted him because Wanya and I were going back and forth, just being like, what is Matthias Ekholm like? And I was like, Tyler, describe him to me. And you just kind of said way better Adam Larson.
He's almost...
And I like that. I don't find that insulting to anybody at all, either, by the way.
He is Clefbaum and Larson mashed into one almost.
Wasn't that, did you guys make a tweet or something like that?
That's Coombsy's tweet.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh tweet.
Especially with the polymerization card that mashed them together. And that got some people pretty upset because of the Clefbaum thing. And I don't think people really recognize how good he is offensively because of where he was behind people in that.
What we do need to have a look at, though, is we need to check out these abs to see where he's at on the Swedish All Abs team. We're getting light. Broberg's carrying a lot of weight here.
Dude, he said he's going to be here all summer. Like, they're not leaving. There'll be times you'll catch him at Mill Creek, maybe the water park.
Accidental Beach, maybe.
Why not? There'll be time for you to catch those abs. Don't worry.
You know who's going to be at the water park? Our guy Nick Bjugstad. Big Wem guy.
He loves it.
Big Wem guy.
We're gonna
He
meet him
said,
there.
again, paraphrasing, me and Rick are going to guide him around the mall. He
Yeah.
said he spent 7 of the best days of his life at the brick tournament as a kid.
No kidding.
He's 11.
So we're putting together a couple of activities for him. You know,
Yeah,
we got some
we got 'em.
go-karts going on. We're going to go do some Professor Wem golf. Little lunch on Bourbon Street. Come on.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Can't do the mind bender anymore, though.
Thank goodness. I don't want to do that. That's terrifying.
Milton Bradley bought that whole Galaxy Land now, eh? It's all Milton Bradley branded stuff.
Soon Nick Bjugstad will buy it.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's
Buke
get to the
City.
Nick Bjugstad trade. So if you missed it, the Matthias Ekholm trade happened immediately after we stopped recording the Tuesday episode of Oilers Nation
I was
Radio.
barely up the hill.
You were barely out the door.
Yeah.
We went live immediately on the Nation's YouTube page. Go subscribe to that, by the way. We are climbing. What did you guys make of the Nick Bjugstad trade? So it's third, Michael Kessel ring, 50% retained for Nick Bjugstad and Cam Dineen.
At first, I was a little like, third round pick for Bjugstad. I was hoping for, a fourth or a fifth. And I recognize people were going after me on Twitter about that. I recognize that it's small potatoes, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I feel like Ken, I would have liked to walk away from the deal being like, okay, you stole him from the Yo. It's like, nice work, Ken. And I get you rarely do that around the deadline. So it's like, okay, third for Bjugstad. Then you see 50% retained, and you're like, okay, that's kind of what you got to pay to get a guy 50% retained. I'm all good. Then I saw Kessel ring, and I was like, he's having a good year down in Bakersfield.
Gonna make his NHL debut today.
And listen, the odds of this guy being a factor for the Oilers in the next 2 years would have been very slim. But the point is, he was still a good prospect, and you never know. 2 years ago, Vinny Desharnais was an afterthought in this organization, right? It's just, if you give up on those lottery tickets, you never get to see if they're winners. And again, I like the move. I gave Ken Holland a B+. I feel like he paid a hair too much for Bjugstad. I think Bjugstad is a hair overrated by some. This is a guy who last year for the Minnesota Wild was getting healthy scratch throughout the playoffs. They didn't think he was one of their 12 best forwards. I think some people think this might be more impactful than it likely will be, but I do recognize he's a guy who, when he's hot and he's engaged, he's an effective bottom six player. So I don't hate the move.
Where do you guys see him slotting in?
Fourth line center.
I can't. Yeah, I don't know if we can say fourth line center because I don't know if we really have. Yeah, he's in the bottom six. Like,
I think one thing that's interesting is Kesselring was like a 6th round pick, and the Oilers managed to turn it around into an asset to get them something down the road. So credit to the staff for actually picking good players late in the draft, which you've been doing now for a few years. I think one thing in this trade that is interesting is the player outside of Nick Bjugstad that's coming in, Cam Dineen. Played like 40 games in the NHL last season. Like we just spoke about kind of the depth they don't have on the back end. Like it's a nice little piece there. He had more points than Kesselring this season. He's only 1 year younger. He's been a pro way longer. So maybe that's just someone, and I kind of thought this about the Puljujarvi trade too, is just like Dineen may be someone who could just like come in and actually have some impact on this team and be involved in a way. And the same with, what's the guy, Patrick Pistola?
Mr. P.
Mr. P, yes. If they sign him, he's closer to getting into the lineup than what a draft pick would have been for that day, right?
Sure.
So I like the trade. I am obviously disappointed they got rid of Kesselring because he was the best defenseman in Bakersfield this season. But at the end of the day, I don't really give a damn because the Oilers got better.
We were sitting here a couple weeks ago and everybody's talking about whether we make trades or big trades, little trades, what kind of trades. And we're saying we have to go all in, give away trade everything. And then all of a sudden, Michael Kesselring, that a lot of people don't even know the fuck he is. Yeah. He gets traded and everyone's like, oh my God, this is the world. People are so frustrated. This is why I said, okay, everyone's got to calm down. I know everybody wants to make these big trades. Like, slow down, find the right trade. And I think we did. I think we found exactly what we need on defense. And I hope that we found, just that nice complimentary, large right-handed forward to sit there on the bottom six and do what we need to be done.
At 6'6", he is large.
He is.
He is a gigantic man. Not a very Bjugstad.
No, Bjugstad.
Okay.
Not a very he's not a very physical player by any means.
No.
But he is a gigantic man.
You don't got to be physical. They got to try and get physical with you when you're that size.
And loves Wem.
Yeah.
Lots of changes though, probably since the last time he's been.
Oh, he's
in there.
gonna love it.
say.
He's gonna need 2 days just to reacclimate himself.
Maybe get yourself one of the theme rooms at Fantasyland.
Yeah, the
Can
truck.
you imagine? And like every other player when they come here, they're like, I'm going to live at the JW for a bit. And it comes out, Bjugstad's like, no, I've been living at the mall. Like, and that wasn't a joke. I really do like it.
I love them all.
Yeah, you used to get out of your room, head over to
Old spaghetti
Gumps.
factories right there.
Oh,
Grab
get some
pasta.
gumps. Get some seafood in you.
Oh yeah, come on.
Cam Dineen, by the way, is top 6 in scoring in the AHL for defensemen.
Wasn't Kesselring like one on our team?
He is not in the top list
he's one on
here
our
for
team.
the
I
AHL.
think he had 20 points, but
He had like 13
Kesselring's-
goals.
Yeah, to Kesselring's defense, this is the first time he's been like the guy on the team. The other years it's been like.
And
like,
Dineen's
other
played
guys have been
50
in there.
games with 35
Yeah,
points. So it's not like he's blowing the tires off. But I think, like, to Tyler's point, if you're sending out a Kesselring and you're only bringing back a Bjugstad, but the difference is we just kind of exchanged lottery tickets.
The way I
Dineen
look-
and
In a way,
Kesselring.
yeah,
So
yeah.
The way I looked at it, and I did a emergency episode of Better Late Than Ever last night to talk about this trade a little bit, is what Rick said. We wanted to spend. We wanted the Oilers to be better today.
All in. Remember, everyone said all in. You got to be all in. Trade every fucking draft pick
Nick
you have.
Bjugstad makes them better today. It's
Yes.
marginally better, but they're better.
that's honestly part of the reason why I said A, because I feel like if after we scream for moves, you get some moves,
And
you
then we get,
say,
"No, that's the wrong guy."
you just gotta, like the Ekholm thing. I don't think a lot of us a week ago would say that Matthias Ekholm was going to be an Edmonton Oiler.
Like we were talking, I was trying to think
He's
about
not one of the guys I thought was out there.
the first time we talked about Matthias Ekholm on this podcast was like a month ago, if I remember correctly. But it just seemed like the math was never going to work.
It
So
just
to
seemed
have
like the trade was never going to be.
Yeah, so to have him here and playing as well as he did on Wednesday night against the Leafs, who the Oilers completely shut down, by the way.
And tell me this is not a better addition than Chikrin or Carlson.
Well, that's the interesting thing is like
not
if
even
you
close
Look
to
at a
me.
guy like Craig Button ripped the Oilers for going to get Matthias Ekholm as opposed to Chikrin.
Really?
Yeah, he just said Chikrin based on age, what he does, he's a little bit more offensive, would have been the better fit.
But the Coyotes
almost got
weren't
hurt
taking
in
back
Ottawa
roster
last night.
players.
Yeah, here's my thing with using Chikrin's age as the debate. He's a guy who is clearly going to be selective about the markets he plays in as an NHLer, right? He's not waiting out time in Arizona. He's saying, get me the hell out of there because I want to leave. It's fully reasonable to expect he would have walked as a UFA in 2 years. So you get 3 years of Ekholm or 2 of Chikrin.
But I
Doesn't
also
matter
want
how old they are. It's about how effective they are in that window, and Ekholm will be effective
But
in
I
this
want
window.
some experience there too.
And the thing about that I like about Ekholm is he's fucking mean, man. I like grit on the back end. I like having defense that could clear them out. There's a point against the Leafs the other day where I'm looking at the Oilers' defensive pair because they were playing 11-7, so guys were kind of all over. Ekholm and Vinny were out together. I'm like, look at these two giants. Jesus.
Got to be our PK number 1, D.
Like, Kulak now, I think he's 6'1 or 6'2, is the shortest defenseman the Oilers have now.
How was Kulak on the second power play?
Yeah, I noticed
They
that
play
too.
him in OT.
Yeah, I know. I was a head scratcher there too.
Who else are they going to put out instead of him?
Yeah.
I would think of forward. I think Broberg.
Yeah.
I would like to see Broberg get that look, yeah.
I mean, it was just weird to me that. All right.
How about everybody? I couldn't get enough of the Oilers make a big trade, and what people are worried about is the fucking power play. Well, Barrie was quarterback in the best power play in the NHL, and
I
it's
love that part because like the Oilers scored a power play goal right off the jump. McDavid gets the power play. It's Nuge, Draisaitl, McDavid, the 3 points
Yeah.
on that. I'm like,
And
you know what?
also-
The power play's going to be fine.
Can I just add that some of the, not to throw too much shade at people, some of the pundits who are making that little, or were making noise about that, are the same guys who love to say the Oilers need to get tougher to play against at 5-on-5. You
100%.
can't rely on your power play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You
Those guys are
know?
never wrong. Haven't you noticed? They're never wrong.
Oh my
Here's
God,
another
you
thing
need to-
too. Could the Oilers not stand to give up a couple of percentage points on the power play to get better defensively?
If you were to say right now, Tyler, from now to the end of the year, the Oilers' power play is going to be 5% worse, but their penalty kill is going to be 10% better, I'm taking that fucking
And
trade-off.
5-on-5 too.
Yeah, like come on, people.
But tell me
Pretty
what
much
person looks at that
balances
power play and says, Barry's
got
the
way
quarterback.
worse. It got
so
way
Connor's
worse.
out there, Leon's out there, Nugent's out there. I don't care who the fourth forward is, and Barry's out there. And nothing against Barry. I love Barry. And Barry's the quarterback?
Where I
Barry's
think,
the quarterback. You're going to tell me you've been covering hockey for 30, 40 years, and you're looking at this and these names out there and saying Barry's the quarterback.
Where I
Are you
think
fucking kidding me?
Barry has an advantage on the power play. I just think, and I think he's going to learn it. So this isn't even a slight at Bush. It's just Barry was better laterally along the line.
And I think if we did this last year, you're not saying that because Bush had a much better year last year. I don't upset people because
Like I'm saying, he's going to learn it.
you know, but he was doing it well last year. I think he's been fighting the puck sometimes this year, and hopefully that'll go away.
It was
But
also
I think he's
interesting.
just as good, and I think he got pucks through more too. What was that?
Is Hot Dog here?
There has to be a dog or someone outside
That
just
was
let out.
I was thinking a sneeze first.
Yeah, was that a sneeze?
There goes Zach.
I thought that was Hot Dog.
Can you
is
double
here.
check? Can you check on him? Is he okay?
Is everybody okay?
We had some loud noises going on. at
Everyone's
Nation
okay.
HQ. Everybody's fine.
Oh, Coom's bringing his chair out. And it's all the way down. Did he break it?
Yep.
Did he break his chair?
Coombsy might have fallen off the
Seems
chair.
alarming out there.
Yeah. There's some tension out there.
The
We don't
mood
know
has
why.
changed in the office.
Oh, just that was fine.
Just a sneeze.
Just an aggressive sneeze. Good lord.
Holding in next time.
Holy cow.
Shook the building a bit.
You're gonna fucking blow a blood vessel in your eye with one of
I
those.
left my chair again.
Where was I? You know what? I'm just gonna go into
Power
a plug
play.
for our friends at AMA Travel. You got a trip coming up? Use AMA Travel. Tyler is gonna use AMA Travel on his upcoming roadie.
Yep.
And to see pinball.
And we go next week.
We leave in under 7 days, technically.
Yeah. By this time, a week from now, we're gonna be in Toronto.
Uh-huh.
Thanks to our friends at AMA Travel.
Oh, what do we do for the show next week?
You guys are gonna run the show.
Yeah, have fun.
Oh, yeah.
We will.
Let's go.
I'm sure you will. Who's going to host?
Chris Buddies.
I will host.
I'll bring vodka.
I'm very excited for that.
I can't wait to listen to that one. Actually,
I have my own podcast.
I know you. What's it called again?
Extra Time with Liam Horrobin. I had a guy from the same town as me the other day on the show.
Edmonton?
No.
And
Sherwood
Bolton.
Park, my bad. Sorry.
Last
Bolton,
Friday.
England. He was from England.
Come on.
there you go.
Last Friday, we told everybody to follow you because you needed to get to 100, but now you think you need to get to like 400?
I don't know. It's an
So
absolute
everybody
joke,
just
to
follow
be honest, man.
Liam.
No, I changed it.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Liam.pods.
That's where he talks about all his favorite pods. Again, we've talked about this
Tide.
before.
Peas in the pods.
Tide,
Yeah.
Air,
Peas.
I
P,
P pods.
Did you just say?
That's BEA,
Japan.
everybody.
PEA. Tyler, stop getting excited. If you listened to
Lord.
Real Life yesterday, you heard how much Tyler loves a good piss joke yesterday on the Real Life podcast.
Just pissing around with you.
He had an
All right.
issue there earlier today. You
Yeah.
see his pants?
Did you have a little squirt skis?
He was leaking.
He wasn't allowed to leave
Well,
for
I
the
think
live
what-
stream.
Why do you think he's been sitting down the whole time?
Well, I think my ass got sweaty. I was sitting in the same bloody chair under these bright lights for 4.5 hours.
I thought you were going to change chairs.
Yeah, you
No,
should.
I rolled in this one. I got the buttons on these chairs are so
You
uncomfortable.
rolled in
That's
that
why
one?
I'm
You got
not
all these
sitting
comfy
today.
chairs out there and you took that?
I'm about how it looks on camera.
Wow.
All right.
You should have
How
turned
is it
around and
different?
flashed the crack.
I think there was enough inappropriate stuff on that show that you could have done. That wouldn't have even been the worst part about it.
Yeah.
Before we go to Ask the Idiots, Tyler, I just recap the Daily Face-Off Trade Deadline show for us because there wasn't a whole lot going on today, but you guys still did 4 hours of programming.
Well, yeah, so we grinded through 4 hours and again, no commercials. We just roll straight for 4 hours. So I was steering the ship. It was still a lot of fun. It was like that show is just a great time because you really never know what's going to hit you. But the bottom line is by the time the final hour heading into the deadline had come, we had 6 trades and one of them was Nate Schnarr for Frederick Allard. It was wildly inactive around the NHL today. I thought we'd get one that stunned us. There was honestly not one trade where I was like, whoa.
Perhaps that was the stunning part then.
I get the stunning part was that JVR didn't get moved, I guess.
Well, the stunning part was about that he did, but he didn't, but he did, but he didn't.
Depends who you ask.
Yeah, it depends whose tweets you got.
Yep. All right. Anyways, yeah, it was a good deadline. I guess that's kind of it. It was deadline week was crazy. Deadline day, not so much.
Great job by you guys, though, to break it
It was
all
a great
down.
job.
Yeah,
We all
Frank
watched
was awesome.
it
Everyone's
outside.
great.
It was fun. I like watching Frank in the... again, I got to give a shout out to our friend Nick Alberga from Leafs Nation, who is screenshotting Frank quite heavily on Twitter
Yeah,
in the insider isolation box.
it was good. Before we get to Ask the Idiots BM, we should quickly pause for an ad.
Ask the Idiots. 4 questions today, boys. There's a little mix here for you. We're going to start off with Nation Dan because he's right in front of me. This one is for Shroom Sauce. I'm sure you've all seen him on Twitter at a time or two. My wife and I are planning on coming up to Edmonton from the Philly area for the first time for the Battle of Alberta Heritage Classic. What are some recommended highlights we should check out in the area? Could be parks, museum, tours, restaurants, whatever. Just anything within a reasonable driving distance, Dan.
Like within the area of Edmonton?
Yeah, so the mountains, if you look at the video
yes.
from the bubble playoffs, if you remember.
I definitely think you should check out the bat.
Of course, push it around.
Swings, yeah, it moves. It can move. The Talus balls are a must-see when you're here. The River Valley is gorgeous at this time of year and any time of year, really.
Maybe October when he's here.
That'd be lovely.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it'll be October. Yeah, I think it'll be a gorgeous time to be down there.
Evander Kane said that's one of his favorite parts of the city.
There you go. So I was a little tongue in cheek about the Talus balls and the bat, but I do think you should. I do think you should check them out. And then, of course,
You'll drive
have
by
to check
one.
out Londonderry Mall.
Of all the malls to pick, that is the one to pick. Rick, a couple of what do you like around for parks, museums, tours, restaurants, whatever. Just anything within reasonable driving
Here in
distance. for someone
October,
coming out of Philly.
All of our winter festivities aren't quite going yet.
Elk Island.
Well, you can go catch a bison. You got to check the big mall.
We can't catch the bison.
Why?
I would not recommend touching the bison.
Rick,
Why?
Why can't I
You
catch
could go
them?
around Bison Loop in your car.
You can just pet him. Why not?
Okay, you go pet it and let me know how it goes.
There's a sign specifically that says you shouldn't do that, but
There's lots of signs out there that say you shouldn't do things. And well, hey, listen.
We at Oilers Nation Radio do not encourage you to go pet a wild buffalo.
1 in 5 Oilers Nation experts
That's better. Yeah.
advise petting buffalo.
If you do it gentle, I don't see what's the issue.
Yeah, see what happens when it kicks you in the teeth.
Why? Find me a video. That's what they do. They're not donkeys. There's
you
no
never
horse
seen
one.
the video
horse
of the
ones, yes. Donkeys, yes.
the little
I've never seen a
girl-
bison one.
The little girl goes and looks at the bison walking by, and it rams her, and she flies through the air. Look it up if you're at home.
Not if you're
not
not
if you're
home,
at
though.
work.
Yeah, just
You
watch
don't
it.
want
We
that
got the work
connected to your
computers.
work IP address.
We always got that really big mall.
I would say though, like if you're planning your trip and you're like, I have an extra couple days, making the 3-hour trek out to Jasper is
Yes.
a great decision. Like go see the mountains, go see JPL. If you have some time to kill and you don't mind 3 hours there, 3 hours back, or just go there, stay a night, it is worth it because it's so beautiful.
If you know
100%.
golf, you check an Oiler game maybe. See
You
the
might be able to
arena.
get some late season golf. Never know.
Yeah, it'd be
Probably
iffy
not,
at that point.
but maybe.
Depends on the course you're
You
looking
need a little bit of luck. Liam, what would you give?
Elks game for sure.
Oh,
Oh, you
Will
go to
it
an
be
Elks
there?
game.
Aren't we playing at the Elks
Stadium during that time.
Oh yeah, he is here for the Battle of Alberta. The Heritage
Yeah, but it
Classic.
takes how long is he here for though? If you're here for 5-6 days, I'm sure there's time.
The Elks playing that late into the year?
Well,
Yeah,
we're
Grey
going to
Cup's
be a
in
Grey
November.
Cup champion this year, so yes.
Grey Cup's November.
True. We okay. Haven't won a game at home as the Elks.
You don't need to.
We were saving
All
it
you
up
have to do
for
is
this
win on the
year.
road.
True. Okay,
Just win
where
every
am I
game on the
going?
road.
A restaurant close by Commonwealth that I would recommend is Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza Palace is delicious.
It's fantastic. So if
call.
you're looking for something before the game, I would go there. I like Fort Edmonton. I think Fort Edmonton's a pretty cool little spot. You'll pass the Talus balls too. It'll be great. Why did everyone laugh
Two
when I
balls, one
said
stone.
that?
I think if you're going to go do an art tour of Edmonton, you got to go see the misshapen egg behind Rogers Place. You know, it's
There's going to be some
Orb
cool
like.
There's going to be some cool stuff like going on in the city too.
Hold on a second. This guy needs to definitely try a donair.
Of course, yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
An oodle
tell
noodle.
Us, tell us
Oodle
how it
noodle,
compares to a
right?
Philly cheesesteak.
Drop
They're
on
two
in at the
different. You
pints,
can't
get
put them
some,
in the same category.
Wow.
get a little pregame meal at the pint. Fucking thing.
That's what you get for playing with it. Now you're holding
Stop
this thing the rest of the
touching
way.
it. Jesus. Well, that's not going to fix it.
I'm freestyling now. What else would I say?
Post them post game for sure.
Okay.
Go see the big boots.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can drive to Mundare. The sausage isn't far.
Where are
It's
the
within reasonable driving distance.
Very reasonable.
Liam wants to know about the boots, bag milk.
Where are the boots?
102 Ave
Yeah.
or 100th Ave, I think technically, when you're heading east.
Okay, what's that by?
Go take a just. Go
If
take
you're
a
going
little
up
drive.
170th.
Okay, no more street names.
He needs landmarks.
Okay, so if you're going north, you go past West Edmonton Mall.
Wait a minute. How
Okay.
long have you lived here? And you don't know the street names of major roadways?
No, I just go off landmarks. I've lived here for almost 13
Well, the
years.
big boot.
Yeah, that's a landmark you need to know. Just go to the boot.
So if your West Edmonton Mall is on your left,
Where the boots are.
if West Edmonton Mall is on your left and you're heading north,
Okay. Is north towards St. Albert?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Yep.
then you're going to want to take a right.
Where?
What is right there? There's the Badass Jacks and Oodle Noodle. So you take a right between Badass Jacks, Oodle Noodle, and then the Earls would be on the between those, and then it's
Right
right,
by Mayfield. Like if you're going from
I
Maine.
know where that is.
there. So you know Mayfield Road, but you know 170th Street.
Well, I went to Mayfield Dinner Theater.
Oh,
You know what? There's another thing for you. Mayfield Dinner Theater.
Yeah.
what was it
Liam will help
called?
you get there.
Doesn't it have a real name?
Holy.
I
There's a
don't
whole
know.
tour
I went to
of Edmonton.
Jubilations. That's in the mall.
I also just sent everyone the video of the little girl getting hit by the bison at Yellowstone Park.
Well, I see that's Yellowstone Park. Those
He's
aren't
still
chill-
a bison.
Yeah, but they're
Those
not
are
chill-
American buffalo, though.
Yes, they're obviously
way
more
more
aggressive.
aggressive.
This actually might be from Alberta because we send our bison down there.
Could be
We
from
sent them to
Elk
North
Island.
Carolina, obviously.
Oh,
Thank you, Liam. That was
She's
amazing.
okay.
yeah.
She's okay.
And she was a little girl. Can you imagine that bison trying to take a run at Rick?
No.
Okay, well, now I got to
She
watch.
does get just jamoke.
Well, she's like 45 pounds, maybe.
Hang on, let me see this thing now. Okay, we got this going
What
on.
landmark is Elk Island by?
Elk Island? It's just
What they
next
say
the
to him, too,
Ukrainian
though.
Village.
They pissed him off? They obviously said something.
Oh, man, she got rocked.
But here's the thing. Don't run. It's a wild animal.
Lean
no
into
quick
it. Lean
moves.
into it.
No, they go running and that attracts them. This scares them.
Steer into the crotch.
Do you guys not know how to understand and deal with wild animals?
Steer into the crowd.
You just turn around and stare it down. There's
have-
stalemate going.
You have to know how to deal with wild animals. No
absolutely
loud
off the
noises,
rails.
no
Oh my
quick
God.
movements. Just do your thing, keep walking. He's not gonna give you two
You
shits.
juke this way and then dive the other way.
I don't think they're like a rhinoceros. I don't think they can pivot
Yeah,
very
they
well.
can't turn.
And then when he gets by you, you spin and do a karate chop right on your
that's
leg in his ass. And you'll kick hit into
Or
the
That
ass.
is completely unnecessary.
Sweep the leg, and then it goes tumbling forward.
That
Just
is
walk towards it punching, and if it gets hit,
That's completely unnecessary. You just walk away after he misses you.
Oh, boy.
This is Canada. We're polite.
Okay, so we got question one out of the way.
Yeah, there's question one. Question two, Liam, reversing the order. What thing? What thing in your life would you trade for future considerations? Something you want to get rid of, no care about the return.
For future considerations.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Oh, my neighbors.
Go ahead.
They play music so loud. I live in a townhouse. So we are connected, and there's no courtesy.
Yeah.
Did they ask you what you? Did you ask it? Ask, hey, would you like to put some songs on our playlist for you?
Well, they don't even like play music. Like they play music, but it's not like songs. It's like a rave. So it's just like doof 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 doof.
Oh, they're clubbing over there.
Holy moly.
What about your fish tank?
I got a story on that later.
All right, we'll save that for hot and cold performers, I imagine. Tyler, what are you trading for future considerations?
Oh, that is actually like a really good question. On the windshield of my Jeep, there is a very small rock chip that I've filled a couple times, but it doesn't quite go away. I'd get rid of that for not a lot.
Wait a
Why are
minute.
you driving a Jeep? Do you not have the Nation truck?
I have two vehicles.
Wow.
Holy, does Frank even have 2 vehicles?
My dog, yeah.
So that small rock chip. I'm trying to think of things that like just slightly piss me off and inconvenience me, and that's one of them.
I'll trade my shitty personality for future considerations. Maybe I'll look at a better one.
Jesus Christ.
Rick, what are you trading for future considerations?
Well, you know what? I don't know. It's one of 2 things. So either the floors in my condo need to be redone, but also at the same time, I'm actually considering just trading it because what I bought every year, you get that city assessment and it tells you what the city says it's worth.
Yep.
The worst day of the year every year. It has gone down substantially.
Oh, mine too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like I have to like every time I call Wanye and like I kind of get a little teary eyed and he's like, dude, like don't worry about it. You're not selling it, blah, blah, blah. It just explains this is what homeowners do. This is a thing. So it makes me feel better about myself. But yeah, watching that city assessment drop compared to what I paid for it, and you just get the whole thing out of my, get it away.
You know
I'll
what?
just stay upstairs here.
What Rick said as a fellow townhouse owner.
Oh, buddy.
It's just I'm getting kicked in the pills over and over again.
At least it keeps my taxes low though.
Dan, what are you trading for future considerations?
My utility bills
Oh,
for,
unbelievable.
and I would send all future draft picks out
said-
the door
yeah.
with them just to be able to make sure that I get those future considerations.
Drives me nuts.
You need those good light bulbs. Do you have the good light bulbs?
I don't know.
Do you
Did you
have the good
upgrade?
the powers
LEDs?
that
I
you
have
want?
I have
know.
3 step kids, so it doesn't matter what.
You got to get them
light bulbs I
LEDs,
use.
baby.
Yeah, you
I
need.
would trade in anyone who leaves a light on when they leave the room.
Ooh.
That shit pisses me off. And in my house, it does
You're a
not
dad
fly.
already.
I'm paying the damn bill. You're not in the room.
How long-
turn that light
I
on.
wish you
have
could
shir-
all see the outfit Liam's wearing as he has this rant too.
It is true. You are full dad mode
Do
today.
you keep the girlfriend to like 7-minute showers? Like don't you use the water?
Banging on the door.
No,
Get out.
I allow the showers. She likes
Allow.
the bath.
Hello.
They just reuse each other's water in the
You
bath. They're
gotta
just
give
going
what
in
you
the
get.
soggy
She
tub.
has a bath. Then I get a sandwich the next day for like my lunch, or I get lunch. You know,
Yeah.
kind of works. It puts her in a good mood. I get a lunch.
Okay. What an interesting dynamic.
I don't she gets a bath and he gets a sandwich the next day.
It's a great deal for you.
You're giving, you get.
Yep. Yep. You got to give to get. You
It's
know?
like Uncle Ken.
Couldn't have said it better myself. She gets a bath. I get a sandwich. Tyler.
Yep.
Friends and I are planning a drinking game for Friday's game against the Winnipeg Jets. What rule should I add and for how many drinks? Example, anytime Louis says can opener, you take a drink.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I got mine.
Let me think. If everyone else has them, let them go first.
Go
I'll
ahead,
try to
Rick's
think of a
got
good
that on
one.
here.
Okay, so well, if you're gonna play that game, you can add dogged into it. That's his new word. Anyways, I am completely against drinking games like this. I don't need a reason to drink.
That's a good point.
I have a drink. Just drink. I don't need to be encouraged to drink faster. I'm very good at that already. I don't need to be encouraged to drink more. Also very good at that. I don't need a game. Just let me drink.
If you are going to hear any panelist talking about trades from the trade deadline today, and you hear the word, it'll be interesting to see, or the phrase, it'll be interesting to see, you have to drink. It's going to ruin your life. I cannot unhear that phrase in my life anymore, that it'll be interesting to see. And yeah, so if you hear that one, drink.
Liam, you got a drinking game?
Yeah, it's called open the can and finish it.
Yeah. Maybe you could do something like, I don't know, if someone with an odd number scores, you drink 3 times. If someone with an even number scores, you drink twice or something.
This game is for Landon. So, Landon, I'm going to get you hammered tonight. Anytime Jack and Louie start straying away into a story that has nothing to do with a hockey game, you continuously drink until that story is over.
Waterfall.
You got the waterfall going until that story is over. You're welcome.
You know what would actually be a fun
Wow,
one?
Jay just walked in here with 2
Wine's
bottles of
here.
red wine.
Meat pies are going on the oven.
I like this. Oh, I'm so full. I'm going to do it.
If you got a crew and you want to get some banter back and forth, split up into 2 teams and do like team icings versus team offsides. Offside, you guys drink. Icings, we drink. Odd, even goals, that one works as well. If when the game goes to TV timeout, if the last number on the clock is an odd or even number, you could do that. Just like break off into teams. I think that's a fun way to like have some back and forth.
I like doing drinking games for the UFC. And there's a
Okay.
UFC event this weekend.
There
But I
is.
specifically remember the first time we did it. There's like ones you can do like strikes, takedowns, KOs and stuff. But for every fight, you have to start a new beer. So I remember this one specifically was Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo. And McGregor knocked him out in the first like 4 seconds. So you just got to chug this.
That's a good one.
But it was just like
The whole shoe store.
the whole store just gone down the drain.
Impressive.
Any other ideas for Landon's drinking game?
I just like the idea of Tyler having many friends. I'm jealous. I don't have friends enough to split into teams.
Friends. Oh,
Could just have 2 drinks, right hand, left hand.
Exactly.
football friends.
The play at home game.
Last question for Ask the Idiots. Well, this doesn't even make sense, Ian.
Okay, ask it
I should've
anyways.
pre-read
This is
this.
perfect.
A lot of the top trade targets are already moved. What's everyone's ideal outcome for the trade deadline?
I'm gonna say that we get Matthias Ekholm and
That's huge
Cam
if
Dineen.
true.
And anything else after that, I'm fine. Cam Dineen and Matthias Ekholm.
My ideal outcome, they got pretty close to it. I would have liked another depth piece on the right side forward, but it didn't happen. So onward and upward.
I think that's kind of what everybody.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. If you have questions for Ask the Idiots, just fire them on over my way. Slide into the DMs. The boys haven't seen them before we start recording. So there you go. Before we get to hot cold performance to wrap up the podcast, we got to check in with our friends at Betway. Just Oilers play the Jets tonight. What are we thinking? No moves today. No Bjugstad in the lineup today for the Oilers. Matthias Ekholm got a full practice. I saw him. I was watching Oilers Plus today to watch Uncle Ken's press conference, and I saw him
You
skate.
flexing all your money over there.
That's a company account.
Yeah, everyone use it.
Yeah, we all use it. You
How
know what
is
I mean?
it?
Oilers Plus?
Just wait until they
Have
make
you watched
it
the show?
so that you have to be logged into the Wi-Fi.
Interesting.
No, I just wanted to live tweet the press conference today, so I need to make sure to watch it. What are you betting on today, Liam?
Conor McDavid 2+ goals.
5 straight games with 2+ goals for Connor McDavid. It is completely ridiculous.
Well, he's got to get a couple more to beat Punch whatever.
What a
his name was.
what a name that is for
Great
a
name.
record holder. Punch Broadband. Punch Broadband. Way before internet was a thing, by the way.
I was going to say, I wonder if they called him Wi-Fi.
That would have been really weird.
Man, that would have been way ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time.
I don't know why, but I just want to scream out random sounds at you. I don't know. It's just weird.
My easy money bet for today, and let me know what you think of this one. Connor McDavid and Mark Scheifele both to register a point at 1.66, so $5 turns into $8.33. That seems like a very easy money in the bank.
Mark Scheifele has really taken a heel turn these last couple of years.
It's kind of a loser, yeah.
Yeah, I feel
I'm
like
fine with that, but as long as he gets me a point on my bet.
He was a good face for a while, and then I found when the Oilers played the Winnipeg Jets in the bubble series, that's when he started to turn for me. Then he absolutely nailed Jake Evans in the playoffs. That
Destroyed
same
him.
year.
That he did.
And then, he's just, I don't know, he's got that greasy hair look. It's not for me. So, no, I will not be mad on Mark Scheifele. Sorry, big man.
Liam
You got
bets
one hell
with
of an
his
answer behind that, too.
Tyler, what do you got for today?
For today, Connor McDavid disappointed me. I had a 30.
What?
Hell did
Okay,
Connor
hold on.
take
In
to
what
disappoint you?
way?
That is quite the sound clip to have clipped
Yeah.
there.
I
Jeez.
took
ready?
Connor for 7+ points.
No. So I did a parlay that was 36-1. I was going out with my buddies for the game against the Leafs. And I was like, guys, I'm cooking up this parlay. I put $10 on it. 36-1. Oilers to win the first. Oilers to win by at least 2 goals. McDavid to score twice. Hyman to score. Hyman shot prop. And the final leg was McDavid over 4.5 shots. And he went the last half of the game without a shot on net. Finished with 3. So, anyways, I missed my parlay. It's a dumb parlay. I know I shouldn't complain about it. But anyways.
When you said that Connor
that parlay.
disappointed you, did you see Connor Ingram, the goalie, put out the tweet
that was
yesterday
funny.
that said, if you message me asking for money because your 17-leg parlay didn't hit, I hope you spend the rest of your life in Azkaban.
But I will go ahead and take McDavid's shot prop because he'll bounce back tonight.
4.5.
I like it. I like it. Last thing I want to check in on. Did any of you guys see the videos of Tyson Barrie going to meet his new teammates yesterday in Nashville?
I talked to Tyson Barrie today.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. How was that?
That wasn't the question.
Very good. That was a good plug for what we had going on the DFO live show. That's all.
I just
you
saw
know
him
that
walk into that room while guys were eating. They were having a pregame meal or something going, hi, I'm Tyson. Hi, I'm Tyson. Hey, I'm Tyson. I'm like, man, You don't want to be there.
It was
And again,
so
those are my own feelings. I have no idea what's going on in that room. It just seemed weird to me.
He does seem pretty sad about it, as you would. Like, it's understandable. You're leaving a team that has Stanley Cup aspirations, going to a Preds team that in all likelihood isn't going to make the playoffs.
He's got some buddies out there.
He does.
The good to meet you over per 60 was really high.
Yep.
Stand up if you're going to shake somebody's hand.
Good to
Yeah,
meet
I
you.
agree.
Good to meet you.
Rude.
Yeah, stand
Good to
up.
meet you.
Welcome your teammate.
In the dad outfit.
Yeah, I know.
I have on my leg
And
crossed
also,
now.
can we just talk about the fact that one of the clips had no audio on it for no reason
It was a
whatsoever?
weirdly put together clip. The whole thing about it was
Bag
weird.
milk, turn the mic off.
when
Yeah.
when Forsberg came in, he like seemed to be welcoming about it.
Yeah.
At least he like gave him in, like brought him in, hugged him a little bit. But I think this won't be the last we see of Tyson Barrie in Edmonton.
I
Just a
think it
little-
will be.
I think I would not be shocked if like what's his deal? 4.5, right?
Yeah.
One more year, yeah.
So next trade deadline, Oilers looking for a right-handed offensive defenseman.
I would like the vibes.
50% retained, whatever. You get it down, you bring him back for that run. Hopefully again.
Has
I
he
mean, I
played
don't
enough?
think it's out
Has
of
he
the
played
realm.
enough games this year to get a Stanley Cup ring when we win?
Oh, yeah.
What are the rules? I would assume 50 games.
Wouldn't you have to play with us 4 in the playoffs?
No.
No, if
No, 'cause
you're
he
here
played
for
enough in
half
the
the
regular
regular season, I think you're eligible to get it. Plus, the teams will kind of like he's so loved that the players would make sure
They
he
have
got one.
extra
That's
ones
cool.
that the players put
I
together.
like that. Anyway, I just felt for Tyson Barrie. What did he say to you today, Tyler?
He kind of talked about how, and he actually used the word, he's describing the Erik Karlsson deal. He said, I'd heard there was some traction there. And he was like, I felt like I was going to be involved in that. That didn't happen. So I was feeling, to paraphrase, he kind of thought he was safe. And then this kind of hit him out of nowhere. So I did feel bad for him chatting with him, but he did seem positive about heading to Nashville, seemed excited, has some buddies on the team, guys he played with in Kelowna and things like that. So he seemed to be in good spirits, but he still acknowledged that it's pretty fresh. He hasn't even spent a lot of time thinking back to his time at Edmonton, because that's something I did ask him about. But he kind of said when he does one day think back to his career, like Edmonton's going to be a bright spot and that kind of stuff. It was a good chat.
And he did say earlier in the morning that he was interested to find out that the Predators only have one person that follows them on the media tour.
That was good.
So excited to have a little bit less media pressure, maybe, if you read between the lines there.
He also said on Tim and Friends, he just gave a thank you to Oilers fans for all the kind messages. We all miss him.
I wanted to add on that, actually. It was very good to see when you go on to, like, you see the Preds announce Barrie is there and, like, the trade and everything, and they show the video and you read all the comments. It's all Oilers fans being like, thanks, Tyson. Like,
Take care of
we
him for
miss
us,
you.
all that stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's the best part about this team, I think. Like, we're all incredibly harsh on them because we're very passionate, but when we see someone go, it's like, oh, that sucks. And everyone was
And
responsive
it looked
to
like a skit from The Office or something. Like, just walked into that room and just, hi, I'm Tyson. Like, hi, I'm Tyson.
I'm Tyson.
I could see Dwight doing this. Anyway. Gentlemen, it is time to recap the week with our hot and cold performers. First, I got to tell you, please buy some tickets to the Oilers Nation 15th birthday party coming up at March 18th at the Pint downtown. Doors are opening at noon. The hockey game starts at 2. We're going to have a ton of stuff to give away. There's going to be raffles. There's going to be prizes. There's going to be Tyler. There's going to be Dan. Dan's already passed his test.
I have.
Dan could be serving you drinks. Tyler, I don't know if you can pass a test.
It's tough.
Yeah, I know.
It's tough
You
test.
got to do it. You got to do it. So get your tickets, nationgear.ca. It's going to sell out. Go get them now.
Now.
2 weeks away. Pretty much.
15 days.
15 days
It's
away.
15 days away?
Yeah.
Boy, our livers are in for a run, bagged milk.
What day
Yep.
is that on?
It is
18th.
the 18th, which is a Saturday.
Oh,
Are you
We're going to have a
coming?
big day.
I'll be there. Obligated to be there.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you
I
are.
will be there. I'll be bringing friends.
We should
Friends.
Party friends.
I just looked at the time. We should,
Tyler
do
wants
it.
to go
Yeah.
home.
Okay.
Oh, we got a show to do.
hot and cold. We got to go live right away.
Hot, cold performer of the week. Liam, wrap it up. Last week, what sucked in your life?
Well, last night, this morning, I lost a friend. One of my fish died. I believe it was Jerry. I found him. I have one of those little castle things, and yesterday I couldn't find him. So I picked it up, and I was like, oh, where is he? And I was expecting like lift in, and like little fish comes flying up. And I turned it over, and he was like stuck within the thing.
Never a good
So I
sign.
was like, oh no, like what a sad way to go. And then he wiggled. So I was like, he's alive. So I put him back in the water, and I went upstairs, I grabbed some stuff, and I managed to get him out. And he was floating around and everything. And this morning I came down to feed him, and Tom was gone. So Jerry was gone.
Or Tom or Jerry.
Or
One
Tom
of the
or
two,
Jerry.
yeah.
The green one.
The question is it one more till the fish tank is gone, or are you going to replace it without the girlfriend noticing?
I will be replacing.
Yeah, I like your
Terry.
style. R.I.P. Terry.
R.I.P. Terry.
Should I might even change the color and see if she notices.
I noticed that you admired my fish tank yesterday. On my
Oh, it was
Instagram
lovely.
story.
All the plecos.
That is very nice. Tyler, your cold performer of the week.
The Flyers. How do you not trade James Van Riemsdyk? You're idiots. How did you not do it? Cold
Have you
performer.
ever fought before?
Yeah,
You have?
Yeah.
You were probably beat up in the bus stop most of the time.
I think so, huh?
Rick, your cold performer of the week.
Everybody that just kept screaming, put him on LTIR, put him on LTIR. That'll fix everything. Put him on LTIR. Very glad that's over.
You're as cold as ice.
Nation Dan, cold performer of the week.
My cold performer of the week is going to go to the Los Angeles Kings for how they did Jonathan Quick.
Put some respect on my name.
They should have.
They did not.
They did not do that.
Dustin Brown got a statue and you got shipped the fuck out.
I'm not sure that's
Columbus.
Dustin.
To Ohio.
Well, it is a Dustin Brown, just not the one that played for the Kings. That guy was a carpenter in Omaha. My cold performer of the week is, man, like I know we're passionate about the Oilers and trades and all that stuff, but when Jesse Puljujarvi got traded the other day, it got hateful on social media. It got dark, and I just found it weird. It's weird.
It is weird.
I don't like it.
I'm glad I missed it. Didn't see it.
I'd say he probably starts playing sometime next week.
Hot performers.
Hot performer of the week. Tyler is waving us off because he's got a live show to get to. Nation Dan, your hot performer of the week.
My hot performer of the week is going to be a weird one. I don't usually do this, but it's going to be the Toronto Maple Leafs because they just kind of kicked up the dirt storm that is the Eastern Conference, going all in and going crazy like they did. So you say what you want about Kyle Dubas, they are shooting their shot. If they miss the second round now, what the hell else can they do?
What? Yeah!
Rick, your hot performer of the week.
Obviously, it's Matthias Ekholm. Just got here. We shut down the Leafs. We look fantastic. The rest of the league is quivering in their boots right now. They know damn well we're taking the cup this year. Matthias Ekholm, thanks for coming. It's going to be hell of a run the next 3 years.
This is why I'm hot. I'm hot because I'm fly. You ain't because you not.
Ty Guy, your hot performer of the week.
Nick Bjugstad. Prove me wrong, big boy.
It's getting hot in here.
Liam, your hot performer of the week.
My hot performer of the week goes to the kids who are out trying to do the world's longest game for like the kids version of it. I wish I knew more details on it, but the Crusaders are out there volunteering. I believe they play till Sunday at the same place they do the adult one. So if you want to go check it out and support them, look it up.
Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Sakers Acres.
Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Acres Acres. Yeah, that was. I couldn't find it quick enough.
My hot performer of the week, the last that we're going to wrap this up with, Tyler, is my dude, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Kyler Yamamoto got lit up by Justin Holl the other day. I didn't like the hit, frankly.
That was cheap.
I thought it was a cheap hit. But Nuge came in and absolutely fucking dusted him off. One straight to the button, 3 or 4 uppercuts on the way down. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins was raging Nugent-Hopkins, and you were my hot performer of the week, my man.
I'm staying alive. We the best.
Oh, there you go. Wrapping up Oilers Nation Radio, episode 95,000 for AMA Travel, Betway, and our friends at Tourism Jasper. Tyler's got a live show to get to, so he's kicking us out of the studio. Download, subscribe, tell your friends. And until Monday, have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Farewell.